Happy Sabbath. In today's world, the rush to be first seems ingrained in most children's hearts. Preschoolers on their first day of school will push and shove to get to the front of the line. Believe it or not, adults do this too. Have you ever seen a news report on the stores during Black Friday? Jesus' disciples even struggled with this concept, as we take a look at Matthew 20, where Jesus is sharing the parable of the workers in the vineyard. In this story, the owner of the vineyard went out 5 different times throughout the day to hire workers, offering them each a denarius. When it came time to pay each worker, they received what they were promised, beginning with the last hired to the first. Yet something was awry. Those who were hired first held a false expectation of receiving more. Let's look at what the Spirit of Prophecy has to say in Christ Object Lessons 397 and 398. Not the amount of labor performed or its visible results, but the spirit in which the work is done makes all the value to God. Those who came into the vineyard at the 11th hour were thankful for the opportunity to work. Their hearts were full of gratitude to the one who had accepted them. And when at the close of the day, the householder paid them for a full day's work, they were greatly surprised. They knew they had not earned such wages, and the kindness expressed in the countenance of their employer filled them with joy. They never forgot the goodness of the householder or the generous compensation they had received. Thus it is with the sinner who, knowing his unworthiness, has entered the master's vineyard at the 11th hour. His time of service seems so short. He feels he's undeserving of the reward, but he is filled with joy that God has accepted him at all. His work was a humble, trusting spirit, thankful for the privilege of being a co-worker with Christ. This Spirit of God delights to honor. This week, take an opportunity to share with someone else how God has forgiven you and what a difference that's made in your life. Now it's my pleasure to share with you what's happening at West this Sabbath, July 8th. For Divine Service, Pastor Diego will be presenting Porcupine Love, the 8th installment of his series on forgiveness. Children's Church will begin at 11:30 in the Fellowship Hall. And this spring, between March 29th and April 7th, Pastor Ruby is organizing an educational trip to Israel. Be sure to reach out to him if you're interested in participating. AY the Sabbath evening is canceled, but it will resume July 22nd. And beginning on July 18th from 7 to 7:45, Men's Ministry is hosting a Zoom event entitled Men Let's Talk About It. It will continue every third Tuesday moving forward. I also want to remind you that our Compassion Ministry will be collecting donations for the Blessing Box on July 15th. So be sure to check out the link in either our weekly email, WhatsApp group, or visit the Welcome Center for more information. If you're visiting us for the first time, please take a moment and introduce yourself to us at the welcome desk. We have a little gift we would like to give you. And as the prelude begins to play over the next few minutes, be sure to silence your phones and take a moment to prepare your hearts and minds to worship God. Enjoy this Sabbath day of rest, and remember, we're almost home.